Hey guys, so you've all been watching the Fish Guy's tank build at his house, which is going really awesome. And back here at the showroom, we've also been preparing for this build out. We've been bringing in tons of coral, tons of fish, invertebrates, all sorts of cool things. So let's go see some. So here we've got a blue jaw triggerfish, also known as a blue throat triggerfish. These are really cool, one of the few reef-safe triggers. In the wild, they'll eat things like small invertebrates, shrimp, mussels, stuff like that. But in the aquarium environment, they tend to leave that alone and just go for fish food. So this guy is actually going into a reef environment, despite his nibbly nature, and he should be just fine with all the other inhabitants. Alright, so here we've got a purple tang. It's a vegetarian fish, but it's got a bit of an attitude, so you do want to make sure that you keep it with other fish that are tougher. You give it plenty of places to hide and get away from other things. Since he is going into over a 400-gallon tank, he should be perfectly fine with the rest of the inhabitants, because they'll all have plenty of space to move around. Alright, so some of the corals that we've brought in already for the Fish Guy's tank. We've got a purple torch up here with green tips. This is going to look awesome once it's fully acclimated and really opened up in the tank. We've got two different types of hammer corals here. The neon greens there and purples. And then next to it we've got Dunking corals, which are an awesome branching coral that's super hardy, really good beginner LPS coral. Down here we've got a few different species of zoas. So these guys will stay low to the rock like that, but sort of grow out in a carpet-like manner and mix and match all sorts of different colors. You'll see there's orange, greens, reds in there, and all of them will coexist next to each other. And then over here we've got a Lobophilia, red guy, and he'll open up and get a little bit beefier once he's acclimated to the tank too. So next we've got a bunch of cleaner shrimp going in there. There'll probably be about 15 in the tank once it's all filled up. In addition to being awesome little bottom feeders, these guys are neat too because they will actually sometimes pick parasites off of fish. So they really help the health of the overall tank. Next we've also got a big school of Bangai cardinals that are going to go in too. These guys like to huddle up together and hang out. In the wild, they'll actually hide in the spines of urchins to protect themselves. So if you're going to keep them in a home aquarium, you want to make sure that there's plenty of areas for them to be able to hide out and feel protected and safe. So here we've got a huge yellow chorus wrasse. This is a full-grown one that's going into the Fish Guy's tank too. These guys are really, really neat. If they ever feel like they're being attacked or chased, they can actually dive right into the sand and completely hide themselves. So here we've got a gorgeous coral beauty angelfish, and while a lot of angelfish in the wild do eat sponges and corals as part of their main diet, these guys are one of the ones that do better in a reef environment and tend not to pick so much on those. So we do oftentimes use them in our reefs, especially when it's in a really, really big reef where there's so many corals that even casual picking really isn't going to damage anything. So this guy will fit right in. So those are just a few of the awesome fish and invertebrates that are going to go into the Fish Guy's tank. Keep following us along on Facebook and on YouTube to see the rest of the build out.